What's going on, everyone? Anthony here with AHG Toys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm continuing on with my Predator review. This is the Lanard Walmart exclusive Hunter series Predator collection, and what we have here is the City Hunter Predator from Predator 2. As you can see right there, we got a nice box art logo right there going on. Hunter series Walmart exclusive. Yep, just a sticker. 25 points of articulation. Predator collection. Static shot or static photo of the figure, posed figure, the wrist blades, and then one of the accessories he's come with. This one comes with the smart disc. Picture of the other figures in the wave. Not much going on up top, even less on the bottom. So what do you say we go ahead and crack this open and see how cool he actually is? Alright guys, so here we have the City Hunter Predator out of packaging, and just like the last one, it is very, very impressive, especially for being a $10 figure. Now, if you aren't aware, Lanard makes basically very generic, I guess, army figures. They just recently dipped their toes into like the Alien franchise last year with their 3 3/4 inch figures. This year, it looks like they're dipping their toes into the 1/12 scale figures, and they are starting off with the 7-inch Predator line. Yeah, it's great. I mean, $10 figure, not super detailed, but very highly articulated. Not as well off as, like, say, a Hasbro figure, but you're comparing like a double the price figure, you know, to like apples and oranges basically. So with that being said, he does come with the exact same backdrop as the last figure, so if you want to display them in there, you can do so. So that's how he looks in that. Very nice. If not, you can always just set it to the side, throw it away, whatever you do with your packaging. So as for the figure itself, it does come with technically more accessories than the last one, but not too much more. So he does have a shoulder cannon right here that does have a little bit more articulation movement, so it can go forward and backwards and look left to right. Still no up and down. A little bit up and down, actually. Not too bad. Better than the last one. He does come with his wrist blades that don't look like they attach. He does come with his little spear right here, I guess. Whatever that you would call that. And then right here he has his little disc. Of the box of which ones they come with. The last one was the electro claw thing. This one is his little disc that he will throw at you. Doesn't really seem to hold very well in the hand. It kind of like sits rather loose. And then when you don't have it pegged in, you have this very, very ugly like little, I don't know, area where it's clearly meant to be attached. It kind of looks like a wart. Maybe if they painted it the same color right around here, it'd look a little bit better off. So I will obviously be displaying with it on, because like once it is on, sorry about that, it doesn't look too bad on his side. But yeah, those are basically all the accessories he come with. Once again, these don't come with any unmasked head sculpts, just the helmeted head sculpts. So not a big complaint. Would be nice if we got some unmasked ones in the future, just to see what they can do with their head sculpts. Obviously the helmets are a little bit easier to sculpt, mainly because it is all flat. They just kind of have to mold it a bit instead of having to worry about his 4, I guess, fangs, I guess you would call them. I don't know. But yeah, so let's go ahead and look at the details in this figure. This one is obviously not a cloaked version like the last one, so there is a lot more paint on him, mainly due to the I guess stripes on his body. And that I don't know if this is it's probably molded in this yellow plastic rather than actually being painted. So details on the wrist blades aren't too bad. Looks like the same details on the blades itself, only this one isn't fully extended like the last one. This one looks to be retract. Hands right there. The helmet sculpt. Unfortunately, mine does seem to have like a paint chip. If it'll focus. Come on, you can do it. There you go. It has like a little bit of a paint chip right here. Not too big of a deal. Just pointing that out. His shoulder pad has some nice sculpting on it. It's like a little webbing design. Nice sculpting on the other shoulder pad. This little wrist gauntlet right there. Hip pads. boots. No paint on the back. So I don't know if this is supposed to be armor that's supposed to be painted. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be armor. So not too bad. Nice sculpting. There you go. Dreads are molded very nicely. I mean, obviously this is a $10 figure. You're not going to get some crazy details into it. Just to compare it next to another competing $10 line that's in the 1/12 scale is this 6-inch Dino Thunder Blue Ranger figure that came in that 3-pack I reviewed a while back. So, I mean, if you're comparing $10 figure to $10 figure, obviously Lanard knocked this out of the park compared to Hasbro. I mean, this one has, I said in my last video, it claims to have 25 points of articulation. Officially, I counted 18, depending on how you count it. If you count the shoulder cannon and all the direction the head moves, it's 25. But if you're just counting it by points of articulation, it's technically just 18, as to where this one is much less. So obviously, the head does rotate full 360, but no up or down, no side to side. You get the same type of shoulder movements. You get a single jointed elbow as well. Same rotation, but no wrist rotation, no waist rotation. Hips and legs are about the same, and no like major knee or boots going on, so no ankles. So obviously, $10 figure to $10 figure, Lanard gets it hands down. So, but with that being said, what do you say we go ahead and finish off the size comparisons? So here he is next to the Jungle Hunter Predator from the first movie. So they scale very well together. It actually looks like they gave them different helmets as well. I didn't notice that. I thought they were all just going to be the same helmets, just different painting. But no, they actually got different helmets for these two figures. So yeah. Then here you have it next to a 6-inch Power Rangers Lightning Collection action figure. And here you have it next to a 6-inch Marvel Legends action figure. So these scale really well with 6-inch figures, since it is still in that realm of the 1/12 scale figures. This being an inch taller, you know, Predators are supposed to be taller, so it all makes sense. They scale really nicely. They're very well detailed for being $10. They're very well articulated for being $10. So they can be thrown in easily. These are a much better option if you're not looking to spend like the $30 to $40 price range that NECA charges. Obviously, that does come with the premium. Their detailing is much better. The paint apps, their articulation, way better. But if you just need something as a stand-in and not willing to spend that much money, these are an incredibly amazing option for being a budget. You can get all three figures in this line for still less than a NECA figure itself. So, but with that being said, what do you say we finally jump into its articulation? So he does have a ball jointed head, which does have an incredible amount of movement. It can look up pretty far, look down a good amount, get some very good side to side. Would do a full 360 if it weren't for the hair and the shoulder pads and shoulder cannons blocking it the way, but it does look left to right pretty good. There you go. Then you got the shoulders that will go out about that far. Once again, this shoulder pad right here seems to hinder it from going all the way up. Not too big of a deal. We'll do a full 360. Single jointed elbow. Goes not bad. Does rotate at the elbows. Wrist rotation, no hinging. You got that ball jointed lower waist. That'll look down about that far, back about that far. We'll do a full 360 if need be. Got some very good side to side. Oh, that was a pop. But, oh, I popped it out. That's what was going on. So they don't go out very far, so keep that in mind. So it'll do about, splits about that far. Kick forward about that far. Kick back about that far. Single jointed knee. No boot cuff swivel. Does rotate at the ankles. Gets some good side to side. Forward, backwards. No peg holes. But yeah, there you go. They're 25 points of articulation. Great figure, guys. I can't recommend these figures enough. It's just, it amazes me how much they can get away with for being a $10 figure and being a franchise figure. I don't know how much they have to pay for the licensing fees. But for being $10 figure, great amount of articulation, decent amount of detail, I say go get them. Once again, these are Walmart exclusives. They are hitting stores now. They do have an Alien 7-inch collection coming out soon. So as soon as I find those, I'll jump on those reviews. But until next time, guys, later.